Three words that describe the man riding that thoroughbred. Greatest Sports Legends host Jane Kennedy met with him at Belmont Racetrack. His name, Angel Cordero. It is easy to fall in love with the racetrack. There's a wholesome quality to it. One hears the music of rhythmic hoofbeats above all else. The air is thick with the natural scent of the thoroughbred. Everywhere the eyes meet beauty. The racetrack is the home of jockey Angel Cordero. This is the site of his greatest glories and his saddest defeats. To some here, he is famous. To others, he is infamous. Angel Cordero does not consider the racetrack his place of work. Rather, it is his life. It is easy to fall in love with the racetrack.
I love what I do, and I enjoy doing what I do. I don't take it as a work, I take it as a pleasure when I ride. I'm very dedicated to my profession. I come every morning and I get up very early and I work very hard. And I want to win, I guess, more than the other guys. I know everybody wants to win, but I wanted to win more than them.
Is there a reason behind that desire?
Well, since I was a kid, I always dreamed that I wanted to be the best jockey ever lived, and that's very tough to accomplish. There's so many jockeys in the whole world trying to do the same, and I've been trying for 24 years, and I got close. So I could say that I got very close.
Angel, when you're riding a horse, what does it feel like? What's the sensation?
Well, it's a great feeling, riding a horse. It's a challenge. It's a sport where you're competing against everybody and everybody against you. It's 10 guys against you and you against 10 guys. So it's very exciting when you ride in a fable in a race and everybody's trying to get you beat. When you find a good horse, you feel different. You feel like Superman. You seem like nobody's going to beat you when you have a good horse.
You first came to New York in 1962. What was your first impression of the United States?
When I first came to the United States, I thought I never was going to learn how to walk around here. I used to get lost all the time and could not communicate with people. That was my biggest problem. I could not communicate with the people.
Well, what do you think was the key to your success?
I guess was my determination. Just wanted to do something that I knew I could do. I just needed the break. I just needed the opportunity. Somebody to give me a shot to ride the horses, to win races, and just my determination, I have to say.
Well, whatever it was that made you the success that you were, in 1974, you got your chance to race in the Kentucky Derby on top of Cannonade. That must have been great.
Well, it was something that I always dreamed since I was a kid, to win the Kentucky Derby. It was my biggest dream I ever have. And even the kids in the school and my friends, they used to make fun of me all the time.
Oh, really?
I used to walk around hitting myself with a ruler and riding like a jockey and go to school like that. And sometimes my teacher called my mother and told her that she thought something was wrong with me. And they took me to a doctor because the teacher said, he thinks he's a horse. He's always walking around hitting himself and running. And I used to sit on the chair and start riding. And the teacher, what are you doing? I said, I'm riding the Kentucky Derby. So they used to send me home.
After several years as New York's leading jockey, Angel Cordero is finally at the threshold of his dream in 1974. The public relations men promote this as the 100th running of the Kentucky Derby. For Angel Cordero, however, it has a much deeper meaning. His father had passed away the year before. Cordero dedicates this race to the memory of Angel Cordero Sr. He is riding Cannonade.
Straightening away for home. It's Cannonade opening up a 4-length margin. Hudson County is second by about 2. Agitate is third, followed by Destroyer. Next in line, JR's Pet, and Little Current starts to make up ground. But passing the 8th pole, it's Cannonade still in front, widening by about 2.5 lengths. Hudson County is second, with Agitate third. But the 100th running of the Kentucky Derby goes to Cannonade and Angel Cordero Jr. with Hudson County second, Agitate finishing third. What a race!
My father always told me that he wanted to see me win the Kentucky Derby, and he died like the year before. And then when I pulled up, I kind of remember that, and I was a little upset about it, cried a little bit. And then I came back and I heard everybody cheering and everybody screaming, and it was like a dream come true. It's probably the greatest moment in my life.
Angel Cordero's reputation is that of a ruthless competitor, a man who will do almost anything to win. He is aggressive, but most racing experts agree that no jockey is better down the stretch than Cordero. Here he is seen aboard Air Forbes 1.
Air Forbes 1 remains in second. Behind Air Forbes 1, Laser Lake, Wolfie's Rascal, those two heads apart. Air Forbes 1 now gaining on Shimatory. They're at the 16th pole. Shimatory on the rail. Air Forbes 1 on the outside. Those two will race the wire. Air Forbes 1 puts ahead in front. Air Forbes 1 in front.
A lot of people think I'm rough riding, but it's just a matter of opinion. I don't think so. I just think I ride to win. And any sport you do, you want to be the best. You have to be game. You have to take chances. You have to be. You have to do something different than the other people. They think I'm aggressive, but in any other sport, most of the athletes that they are good, they're aggressive. That's what makes them good.
Angel Cordero's tough, aggressive riding style is in contrast to a considerably softer streak of sentimentality. Just as the 1974 Kentucky Derby recalled the memory of his father, the 1976 Derby also reminds Angel of his past. He is aboard Bold Forbes, owned by a Puerto Rican man who had actually given mounts to Angel's father. This Derby brings forth the memories of family and country. Once again, Angel is motivated by a passion greater than the others.
It was special for one reason. Bold Forbes used to belong to a guy from Puerto Rico, which I rode my first race when I first started riding. So it was kind of more sentimental. Riding there, plus Bold Forbes was running in Puerto Rico before he ever came to the United States. And I felt like I was competing for my country in the Kentucky Derby.
And they're off. Old Forbes breaks for the lead with Elocution is alongside. Honest Pleasure is third in the center of the track. Then up on the extreme outside, it's Kojak. They're in the stretch. Bold Forbes the leader by a half. Honest Pleasure drawing alongside. The end of the stretch, Bold Forbes the leader by a half length. On the outside, Honest Pleasure draws alongside, and now he challenges. Elocution is getting through along the rail, is in a drive. Then it's Amano further back on the slide, gaining. Coming to the wire, it's Bold Forbes the leader with Honest Pleasure driving. It's Bold Forbes and Honest Pleasure. They're going to come to the wire together. Honest Pleasure the outside, Bold Forbes on the inside. Honest Pleasure, Bold Forbes. Bold Forbes has to come to the wire. At the finish, it will be Bold Forbes. He wins it one length. Honest Pleasure is second. Elocution is third. Amano fourth. On the slide, fifth. Bill Jackson. Incorrect. Seventh. Play the red. And the horse was Gibson.
Well, you won. And when you did receive the traditional blanket of roses, you did something very special.
Well, like I said before, my father always dreamed of me winning the Derby, so when I win the Kentucky Derby, I brought the blanket of roses to his grave, and I just went there and prayed for him.
Very special moment.
It was.
After the 76 Kentucky Derby, you went ahead and you lost at the Preakness and then went on to the Belmont Stakes.
It was a very important race for the horse and for myself. The horse was considered as a sprinter, which is a horse that can only run short races. And nobody thought that he could go a mile and a half. The longest race they run as a 3-year-old. It was important for me. I was supposed to do a job that it was like mission impossible. Make a horse that can only run short to go that long.
And they're off. And on the outside, Majestic Light, there goes Bold Forbes on the far outside. Bold Forbes gets the early lead as Best Laid Plans moves up to challenge. As the field turns for home, there's a quarter of a mile to the finish. It's Bold Forbes showing the way by 5 lengths. Great Contractor on the outside is second at this point. Play the Red drops back to be third. Mackenzie Bridge flying on the outside is fourth. There's an eighth of a mile to the finish. Bold Forbes has the lead by 4. Great Contractor second ahead on the outside. Mackenzie Bridge past the 16th pole. Bold Forbes has the lead. Here comes Mackenzie Bridge. Great Contractor third. Bold Forbes, Mackenzie Bridge on the outside.
Something like a challenge, trying to do something that it looks impossible to do. And it was probably one of the biggest thrills of my life. Just see that horse win going a mile and a half. I couldn't believe he could do it, and he did it.
You know, Eddie Arcaro, I think you said before that he was your hero when you were growing up. But he once said that when a horse wins, 10% of that victory is because of the jockey. Do you agree with that?
I think close. I think the horse is about 80%. Without the horse, you can't do nothing. The horse is the most important thing. You only need a good rider when 2 horses are coming into the stretch on a close finish. That's when you really wish you have the best rider on it. But the majority of the time, the best horse will win.
Well, you had an opportunity to ride one of the best horses in 1978. You got a chance to be on top of Seattle Slew. How good was he?
He was the best horse I ever rode. Probably one of the best horses I ever see racing. He was something special. He was the type of horse that everybody would dream to ride.
Cordero rides Seattle Slew to 2 major victories during Slew's 4th year of racing.
He was beautiful. He was very comfortable to ride, and he was like Muhammad Ali. He was a show-off good guy. He was good, and he knew he was good. He would come on the track and jump up and down and show the other horses that he was the best.
You said that he was the best horse that you ever rode. Would you call him the best horse of all time?
I put him in the first 3. I think Kelso, Secretary, and Seattle Slew, the 3 best horses I ever saw.
You had a tremendous year in 1978, and then you and some of the other jockeys were accused of fixing and gambling in the horse race industry. How did you feel about that at the time?
Well, it's something of bad taste to be accused of something you don't do. It's bad for your family, it's bad for your business, bad for your personal life.
On November 6, 1978, Sports Illustrated publishes a story in which a known gambler confesses to a race-fixing scheme. The gambler implicates Angel Cordero in the scheme. Cordero is never even indicted.
It is a shame that we put up so much for this business and break almost every bone in my body to become somebody, to become the best, the first, all the time. And to be accused by somebody of something that you don't do, it is something that makes you feel terrible.
How do you go about vindicating yourself? You were never formally charged anyway.
Well, I didn't feel like I had to vindicate myself. I didn't never feel like I was guilty. It was just a matter of keep working and get used to the people screaming and hollering on the fence, you know, and say things of bad taste. But to vindicate myself, I never really had to do it because all my life, all I did was ride and try to win. And most of the time I got suspended for trying too hard.
Controversy continues to follow Cordero wherever he rides. The 1980 Preakness is certainly one of Angel's most disputed rides. He is aboard Codex, but the favorite is Genuine Risk, a filly who had won the Kentucky Derby. As they turn for home, Cordero in the red silks drives Codex wide, apparently brushing Genuine Risk. Jacinto Vasquez, Genuine Risk's rider, claims Cordero hit his filly with the whip. He later issues a protest that is denied.
And down the stretch they come, and Codex
getting bad letters from the public and people saying they was going to kill me and they was going to blow my house. And it was really like a nightmare more than anything. I never thought in my life that winning a race will bring so much controversy.
You'd been one of the nation's leading jockeys, yet up until 1982, you'd never won the Eclipse Award. How did that make you feel?
I don't think at the time the press I was too popular with the press. I used to have a lot of bad writes about me on the paper, and I have a bad temperament, and a lot of time I probably blow my temperament with the press, and I got carried away, and some of them, they kind of disliked me, and they had to vote for the Eclipse Award winner. And I figured it out. The only way I'm going to win it is doing something special, something that nobody ever did before.
In 1982, even his harshest critics cannot deny that Cordero is the nation's #1 jockey. That year, he wins more races and more money than any other jockey.
Rise, Jim has the lead by 2.5.
One of his more remarkable feats occurs when he wins 4 stake races during one 3-day stretch at 3 different tracks, separated by 3,000 miles.
5 of them sprung across the track. Princelet on the rail. Next, it's Baltimore Canyon. John's Gold. It's the one, and flying on the outside, that's Silver Supreme. And Angel Cordero is driving Silver Supreme to victory in the Brooklyn Handicap.
The 1982 Eclipse Award winner, Angel Cordero.
I guess it's true in your industry just as much as it is in entertainment. They think it's all glamour and glory, but you have a lot of personal sacrifices you have to make.
It's true. You have to give up half of life to become the best on your profession. It's like marrying your profession. This is it. This is the only thing I'm going to do in life is ride horses. And you give up everything in life to do it. You want to be #1, you have to do that. You have to sacrifice everything in life. No more good times, no more big meals, and no more going out and coming home late. You just got to be here every day, 7 days a week, all year around.
Cordero. Fit to fight on the outside.
Angel Cordero's dedication and talent have yielded tremendous rewards. In 1983 and 1984, he is given the mount on Slew of Gold, one of the nation's top thoroughbreds.
Shifty Chic has the lead by 2. Slew of Gold on the outside, second by about 2.
He guides Slew of Gold to victories in 2 of New York's most prestigious races, the Woodward and the Jockey Club Gold Cup.
Now Slew of Gold gains on the outside of Shifty Chic, and they are heads apart. Bet Big on the rail in third. They're at the 16th hole. Slew of Gold on the outside, puts ahead in front. Shifty Chic is second. Bet Big is third. It's Slew of Gold in front.
In June of 1983, Angel Cordero becomes only the 4th rider in history to win 5,000 races. In December of 1983, Cordero's horses win a record $10 million.
On the outside, Sing Sing. Slew of Gold won't give up. They're at the 8th hole. On the inside, Slew of Gold. On the outside, Bates Motel. They're heads apart at the 16th hole. Bates Motel has a nose in front. Slew of Gold on the inside, coming on again. Those 2 to the wire. Slew of Gold in front.
Then in 1984, Cordero wins the Preakness aboard Gate Dancer.
And down the stretch they come. It's Gate Dancer showing the way by 2. And here's the finish. It's Gate Dancer with Angel Cordero Jr.
I've been in pain for the last probably 10 years. I only feel good when I'm riding on a horse. That's the only time I don't feel no pain and I don't feel no worry. When I'm there, I feel like I'm in another part of the world. I'm doing something that I love, and I enjoy doing. After the races are over, it's just pain and worries and thinking about the next day.
And they're approaching the top of the stretch. Amber Pass leads the way by 2. Fiorito, Winter's Tale together. Pleasant Colony is gaining ground on the outside. Also moving up this Temperance Hill, they're at the top of the stretch. 3/4 of fast, 109 and 4. Amber Pass has the lead by 3. On the outside,